The Rat's been around since 1978, and it's one of the most popular distortion pedals in the world. We're looking at the Rat 2. Right out of the box, it's pretty hard to beat, but today we're going to install the DIY mod kit from Guitar Tone in Warrington, UK. Now, this is the best kit I could find online that includes improvements to the audio quality and replaces the power socket with a more industry standard version. You're going to hear before and after demos recorded with a Les Paul's bridge pickup into the Rat with just a touch of reverb. Hope you like the video. Here we go.
Hey, Lunchbox. I just got the Rat mod kit from Guitar Tone in Warrington, UK.
Alright, this is the before. One of the most ubiquitous distortion pedals of all time. The dry signal. Just a little bit of reverb from spring reverb build from before. Here's the Rat. That's a pretty surprisingly versatile pedal. Push it down. Get just a good old crunch out of it too if you want. Alright, there's the Rat pedal. There's the Rat kit. There is the Rat faceplate. Set him aside for now. There is the Rat board. There's the before. Okay, so right off the bat, see picture number 4, you can see D3 down here. We're going to be removing that and reusing it. On my board, D3 is up here. It's a slightly different look. I'm hoping that doesn't have a big effect on whether or not this mod's going to work. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is replace the film caps, starting here with C3. They're very clearly marked on the board. I just took the ones out of the kit and marked them because my eyeballs are not the greatest, so I need my glasses and the magnifying glass to read the tiny little numbers on there. So the instructions that get emailed are very detailed, very, very good. Just a little note about desoldering. Check this out. They even sent you some solder braid. Solder braid is pretty much my preferred method for desoldering. What we'll do here, I'm desoldering C3 right now. It's these two contact points. Just a quick note on desoldering. So the soldering iron is hot. You put the solder braid up there, and the idea is it's supposed to just wick right on out of there. Oh, look, it did it. Sometimes you'll have a little bit of trouble wicking the solder out of the spot you need to wick it out of. So watch this. If you add a little solder, which is a little counterintuitive, what you're really adding is solder flux. And I don't know if you saw that, but it just wicked right on out of there as if it were magic. And then the component pops right out. And then we put the new one in. It's a C3, which is the 224 capacitor values. If you're real curious, there's plenty of internet information available. Mainly what we're doing here is upgrading the actual quality of the component. It's in the audio section, so this particular one is in kind of a crucial spot. Get these nipped out of here. So we've gone from these really super cheap ones to a much more quality version of the capacitor. We're going to do that with one of these other ones. I think it's C12, and then we're going to replace a couple of the electrolytic capacitors. Show you that in just a second. Okay, now we're going to, there's my film caps replaced. Now we're going to replace the electrolytic caps. The electrolytic caps are polarized, so they have a positive and a negative side, so you have to watch the orientation. The cap itself will be marked here on the negative side on the shell, and if you look at a new one, these are the ones we'll be replacing them with. There's the negative side, and the positive side will have a longer lead when they're brand new. You can see that? Yeah. This is the shorter side, this is the longer side. Alright, we will replace those. There's only 2 of them, and be right back. Okay, so next is going to be the IC. That is going to be this particular one is soldered directly to the board, as you can see. It's also it's not really, well, I guess it's polarized, but it's oriented in a very specific manner. See the little, you got the little dot there. I don't know if that'll focus quite up on there or not, but the dot there, you'll want to line that up with the new one. And the new one comes in a socket. The socket has a little notch. We're going to put that one in, moving to the left, so that the new IC has a little dot in it there, which will line up facing left. Do not put it in upside down. It won't work that way. Bad stuff will happen. Okay, so here is the socket. Obviously, we're only soldering just the socket to the board. So the new IC will go into the socket, and it's much more efficient and gooder. Okay, so now we're working with the switch. So the first thing we're going to do is take the supplied red LED and attach the legs to the outside lugs of the switch. Oh, in the instructions, at this point, this is where they want you to replace the standard LED with the super bright. I don't like the super brights myself, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave the red LED stock. So here's the little assembly that they have you make with the reclaimed diode band facing the switch. Orientation-wise, we're going to put the piece of heat shrink over it here, and then you're definitely going to want to know which way the flag is. You can see the flag on the left side here. On this side, that's the side that the black wire is going to be soldered to, and then we'll solder those 2 wires onto the board, and that's going to change the clipping diodes, make different sounds. Yep, very good then. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, now it is time to take our assembled switch rig. We're gonna install them right about here. So if you look at the instructions, we're gonna drill a hole right about jaw. And I do suggest the Unibit, one of the best tools ever, besides, of course, the wire stripper. This is the best thing ever. We'll be back. Okay, there's the hole drilled for the switch. Just double check, make sure it's the right size. Yep, that's gonna fit through there just fine. This metal is super soft. So soft it kind of makes it hard to work with because you have to get in there and kind of trim out the whatever you call that that's left over after you drill a hole. Okay, next step is well, we've got all this out. It's going to be easier to wire it all up. We're going to take out the annoying original DC power socket, put in the standard boss sized one, which is going to make us drill another hole. This one's going to be significantly bigger. So, I'll be back. Okay, and just as promised, there it is. Much larger hole, and we're done. The standard boss adapter. Okay, so all that was left is kind of put it all together. I just sort of threw it together. We're gonna see what happens. Pretty much right now, huh? Okay. So, plug in power. Guitar. Woo, look at that! LED came on. That's a very good sign. Tell that that's going to. There we go. Okay. I'd say that's a result, as they say. Filter's working, volume's working. I'd say that's it. I'd say that's doing what it's supposed to do. Well, nice. Okay, here's the after. Once again, here's the clean sound. And here is the rat. We'll put everything at 12 o'clock. And here's the other position. I think I actually got these switch positions backwards. This is a lot more high-end, a lot more clarity. It's a lot more articulate when you're, responds better to your picking dynamics. So now what I'm going to do is pull the distortion back just a hair, filter a little of the high end out, and watch this. Just a little volume roll off. Tuning notwithstanding, but yeah, that's something you don't hear out of a pedal a whole lot. You know, that kind of response to where it cleans up with the volume pedal on the guitar. Overall, great mod. I thought it sounded really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Hope you liked the video. What did you think, Lunchbox?